Okay, today is April 12th. This is my second video of unediting talking, and let's have some full disclosure. I started another one that I didn't finish because sometimes I find when I get stuck or I start thinking about what I should say or how to explain something better, or I go, oh, I think the way I said that wasn't very interesting. People are going to be out of here because that was boring. Just like a lot of kind of unkind things in my own brain, I tend to want to just shut it down and remove. I might have mentioned it in my other video. I don't think these might actually not be watchable. This might just be for me. I just before sitting down, and the point of this afternoon is meant to be working on some music, and I will after this. But I did find there were things blocking me today. I've had a little bit of anxiety just because this little period of time going forward has a lot of uncertainty in it. So I start noticing my perfectionistic tendencies showing up, my need to control things. My house isn't spit spot clean, but there's a part of me that wanted to spend hours doing that, probably getting more worn out than I would like to be to work on my creative pursuits. But I just did some of it. I didn't do all of it. And then I did watch a little bit of the Justin Bieber performance on Coachella. And I'm not here to make a big statement about, was that lazy? Did he deserve that money? Like, whatever. But I did find it interesting, someone that performed so young, started performing so young, and then perhaps doing things on their own terms now that they have fame and success and the ability to do so. I was also someone who performed young, not at that level. I think I was never that good. Honestly, never technically that good. Because I never fully gave myself over to anything. It was always doing what I was supposed to. I was quite excited when I got to start doing musical theater songs because it's fun to do musical theater song. But now that I do more contemporary music, my relationship to musical theater feels a little bit different. And because I teach it a lot, I find I don't always want to work on it myself because what I'm doing with my own voice is also getting set up in a different way. And if I give myself too much to different vocal practices, I start losing my own sound for what I want to do here. So that aside, voice things. But yeah, back to thinking of performing as a kid and wanting to do things on your own terms and in a way that feels more relaxed. Like, I get it. I got that feeling from his performance. I didn't watch all of it, but kind of up to the point where he started showing YouTubes, and then I was like, different generations, or I don't even know. I just I don't want to have an opinion about everything that happens anymore. I just want to observe and move on because there are very serious things that I have strong opinions on, and when I think about things I have strong opinions on about Justin Bieber, it's any ill treatment towards minors, strong opinions about that. That's got to go. That makes me really, really angry. But with the way the world works, it's almost easier to shut it down, shut it out, because you got to pay bills, got to live, got to show up like an expert online so that you can pay said bills and work for yourself and not for someone else. And the whole thing is a little backwards wonky. I can feel some emotion coming up in my voice. That's fine because that's real. Also thinking about generational things, I think we learn a lot from different generations and age groups, and there's seasons of life and we're doing different things. And I feel like I'm at the beginning of my middle adult season, and there's a feeling of settling into it a little bit more that I didn't experience in that first adult chapter of my life. So it's an interesting place to be, and it is just where I am. And seeing younger people, especially when you see younger people that have very outward success, like I think her name is Rachel Sennett. I'm not doing research for this. There's stuff coming out about her using a beta blocker when she has anxiety and has to go to an event, which I'm like, if I had to show up at events like that, I get it. I think that would be helpful. But also my dream is to feel like I can show up in any space and have a center for myself that is less shakeable, that I don't need things from other people. I think another big reason why I kind of don't always externally participate in the arts was probably some bad experiences about networking and things. I remember, this is going to be very Alberta-centric theater people. So I remember doing Emerge, and this would have been in 2008, I think 2008, spring of 2008, down in Calgary. And like, I wasn't so motivated to be in every theater production on earth. So I was mostly hanging out with my friends. But another friend of mine went and talked to an AD of a theater company. I can't even like call anybody out because I don't remember who it was or what company they worked for. But they were upset at her for not knowing more about the work that they did. Calgary wasn't our city. And it just felt like, oh, right, there are these assholes everywhere that want you to, I don't know everything about them, grovel to them, respect the hierarchy in a way that I don't think I liked. But instead of thinking that you could behave differently or show up differently in a room, because I also was raised in a religion and a household where hierarchy and authority was very important, more important than perhaps some of my peers. So I think it felt extra serious. I don't know. But there was that frustration with what working in an industry where you rely on other people to hire you might look like, and that you have to play this extra game. And I think I just rejected that fully and backed away all the way instead of finding a new way to deal with it. So I think going forward, it's going to be finding a new way to deal with it, or who knows, maybe I'll always just make stuff in my home and teach people in my home. And all of that external energy maybe will be for just socializing, normal socializing. I don't know. I think for a time, yeah, 100%. I would love to have more meaningful collaborations that feel safe and feel not, yes, safe, but also just feel like I can show up really as myself as an artist, and that I can give something that feels quite connected. Because that's happened sometimes in theatrical settings, but not always. Yeah, but I hit my time for my video. If you watch the whole thing, you have to like and subscribe. You don't have to do that. But, I think these might keep getting better. Maybe I'll get more focused. I don't know. Bye.